When I taught at Cabrillo College from 1968 until 1998, and in the early 70s we had a huge influx in our county, both at UCSC and here, but mostly at Cabrillo, of Iranian students coming over here to study. And for some reason, they seemed to wind up, a lot of them in my class. And some of them I kicked right back out because they couldn't write worth a damn and they shouldn't have been in there. And others stayed and developed and became great storytellers. And many, many of them told me stories about their own experiences over there. And I'll read the dedication. Yeah, this kind of tells you why. I should have probably read that first, but. My deepest thanks to all the men and women who came forward to share their stories with me. I have woven them into this tapestry at their request to share with the world. Also at their request, they remain anonymous. Therefore, all characters in this novel are fictitious, whether living or dead. Ara turned back to the bright, peaceful tomb of Hafiz, which was infinitely more cheerful than the city beyond the gate. Wrapping his arms around Karishme, he pulled her close to him and smelled her hair. In this garden, everything had the odor of roses, even the lofty cypress trees which lifted their lithe, slender, sheltering branches over the tomb exuded the flavor of roses. "Let's do it now," he whispered in her ear. "Oh, Ara, be practical," she protested. But she reluctantly hauled her father's special edition of the collected poems of Hafiz from her bag. "You are such a mystic, Ara. All of my life I've heard of this method of fortune-telling, but I do not believe in it. Once I tried it with the Quran, but the answer I received was unintelligent and bore no resemblance to my situation." "Just because you couldn't interpret the message doesn't mean that the message was wrong," Ara argued. Eagerly, he took the thick volume in his hands and once again admired the leather binding and gilt-edged pages. This was a real book, solid, enduring, created with love, a book designed to last beyond a lifetime. Even more remarkable, it was in English. "Listen, Karishme, if you can believe in curative powers emanating from the tomb of a wealthy playboy, brother of some imam, then surely you can accept this much less complicated method of fortune-telling. I believe that poetry is as powerful as prayer. Poetry is prayer. It lifts our highest thoughts beyond the humdrum drone of common speech, and yet, when it's at its best, it makes common speech sing. Anyhow, Mustafa is the one who told me that lovers have been coming to the Hafiziye for centuries, getting answers to their questions in the same manner I described. Now, you must admit that Mustafa is a practical man, so what do we have to lose?" Karishme laughed. "Mustafa told you that old story? I'm surprised. I always thought it was gossip and rumor. What else did he say?" "He said that a poet's spirit still lingers here in this garden, and if we ask our question sincerely and open the book at random, pointing to whatever passages our intuition guides us to, we will find the answer that we're seeking. Shall I try it first?" Karishme nodded, the shadow of a cynical smile playing around the corners of her full red lips, which were so much like the rose petals themselves. Ara asked, "What's going on between us? What's our fate?" He let the book fall open and pointed to a passage with his eyes closed. Karishme leaned close and she read it out loud. "The times are out of joint. Again, the times are out of joint. And again, for wine and the loved one's languid glance, I am fain. The wheel of fortune's sphere is a marvelous thing. What next, proud head, to the lowly dust will it bring? Or if my Magian elder kindle the light, whose lantern pray will blaze a flame and be bright? 'Tis a famous tale, the deceitfulness of earth. The night is pregnant. What will the dawn bring birth? Tumult and bloody battle rage in the plain. Bring blood-red wine and fill the goblet again." "I don't understand, Ara. How does this relate to us?" She frowned, not at all pleased with the passage. "I thought his poems were about love and roses and happy thoughts, but here he's positively morbid." "He's also positively correct. Who can deny it? Were the times ever more out of joint? Think about it, Karishme. We wouldn't even be together if the world were normal. My interpretation of the poem is that we're supposed to enjoy ourselves and each other while we can, because we don't know what tomorrow will bring. You certainly don't need a book of poetry to learn that, she scoffed. You interpret the poem according to your own beliefs. Of course I do. Everybody does. That's the whole point of art, Karishme. Without our personal interpretation, there's no meaning. Come on, you try. Ask about our future, and you tell me what you think the passage means. She took the book in trembling hands, closed her eyes for a moment, then quickly cracked the binding open to a random page. Her slender figure touched the line, and they both leaned closer to read.